Yeah, hi there, everyone, and welcome to this video. My name is Dan Ashendorf. It's great to have you on the show where we look at product launches and the people behind the products. And today I've got something really interesting for you. I've got a gentleman who's started his internet marketing career pretty much from nothing. He wasn't active in this industry at all. He's only been doing it for about 4 months and he's had some amazing results. And now he's come out with a product teaching how he's doing it. And he's got some really, really cool techniques, which we're going to be sharing with you. So without further ado, hello, Jeff.
Hey, Dan, how are you?
I'm really well, Jeff. It's great to have you on the show. And we had a bit of a chat just before this started, and I was really, really impressed with your story. And I think that's really going to resonate with my listeners as well, because everyone is looking to, sort of make either a full-time income or some income on the side. And it looks like you've cracked it. So I was really, really impressed with that.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. And so, Jeff, tell us a bit about yourself. I mean, I'll tell you what, before we sort of go into the life history and all that sort of good stuff, why don't we look at the numbers, because that's going to really kind of flavor the whole conversation. The name of the product, by the way, guys, before I forget, is Fusion. And I do love these sort of quite mystical sort of names that don't give the game away, but we are going to be talking about a little bit. We're going to give you a flavor as to what's involved. So it's Fusion, and it's Jeff Grow and Jason Fulton. So they are the two guys bringing this to market. And Jeff, why don't we share your screen and have a look at the last 4 months since August 2017, which is when you've started with this business.
See, I'm so new, I can't even share my screen when you tell me to. Okay, there we go.
Okay, yes, well, that's me.
All right, so
okay, cool. So
what are Warrior Plus from August until now, just a shade under $4,000 in affiliate commissions.
Nice.
And that's
yeah, and what's really nice is you got some nice numbers in there. I mean, you got 27, 19, 23 sales. You're looking at just short of $1,000 a month, and I understand that you've started in August, so you didn't. Tell us a little bit about your story there, Jeff. You can come out of that if you want. Yeah. So tell us a bit about your story then. So you work full time, right?
I work full time. Yes.
Come out of the screen now because I still see myself. That's it.
There's you. Okay.
That's great.
Now is it me?
It is you, yes.
All right. Well, yeah, I do work full time. I'm actually a youth minister by trade. I work with teenagers. And so I just have a few hours in the evenings or the weekends. Back in August, you mentioned Fusion as a product with myself and Jason Fulton. And I was following some training that I had gotten from Jason and just trying some different ideas. And so I had some success starting in August. And over time, as I experimented with different things, there were two different things that I was doing in affiliate marketing that were having some success. And so I thought, well, what if I combine them together into one idea? That's where the name Fusion came from, as we took two ideas and kind of fused them into one, and then found that that was even more successful than the two by themselves. And so with Fusion, we bring you not only the concepts, but case studies of what I actually did, and step-by-step training on how to put it into practice for yourself.
Nice. And without sort of giving the game away, we are looking at a kind of unique way of conversions, basically. So you are going to be teaching, I'm sure you're going to be teaching how to drive traffic and all that sort of good stuff. But also what's unique here is the fact, so when people pay for traffic or they get free traffic, everyone pays for traffic in one way or the other, right? So it can either be time or it can be money. And we want to be sure that when we finally get those clicks, they convert. is it really converts. And do you know what, Jeff? I use the same methods intuitively because I just do what works, and it's good that you're bringing that to market in such a way.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I found it to be something that even as someone who was new, that the concepts weren't that difficult. They weren't so technical that I couldn't pull it off. One thing with Fusion is we do give you some templates of things that we've done. And I've just found it to be something that's pretty straightforward.
Cool. So you work full time. So you sort of come home at 6 or 7 in the evening. Yeah, you have some dinner with a family or whatever, and then you get to work, right? So how many hours does it take? You know, what sort of work does it take to generate $1,000 a month, and what sort of financial investment?
I would say time-wise, every campaign that I set up probably takes me about an hour. Now, when I was first learning the concepts, it took a little longer, it took probably 2 hours. But as I kind of honed my craft, everything became quicker. Plus, there are a lot of times where I'll copy a template and just change some things on it rather than set up something from scratch. And that's a full-fledged campaign with a new program. A lot of times, most days, I'm just tweaking what's already out there. I don't make something brand new every single day. You know, any new program that you choose to promote, you can set up a campaign for that, but then you continue to promote that program for multiple days. And of course, because you're building an email list, you also have promotions to your email list, which at times it's just simply setting up some letters, some emails to go out through Aweber or GetResponse or whoever you choose to use. So there are days where it's just minimal. In fact, if I know I've got some busy days coming up, I'll just set up a bunch of emails ahead of time and then wait until I'm done with my busyness to come back and start a new campaign.
And so if I was to start as a complete newbie today, how long would it take me to start earning online? And how long would it take me to make my first $100?
I made my first $100 the first day that I promoted.
Nice.
As a newbie, you don't generally get your money immediately because they have a little waiting period in Warrior Plus in case people make refunds or things like that. And so some time has to pass, usually a month, before you can start accessing the money. But yeah, I made money right off the bat. Even the very first day, I made $100.
Nice. That's what we want to hear. And any financial investments here?
Well, it's good to start off with some money in an advertising budget. You mentioned time versus money with paid traffic versus free traffic. And so for myself personally, I like to spend my money on solo ads, but then I also have free traffic through Facebook, through YouTube, and even through Pinterest. And so the free traffic takes longer. The paid traffic is quicker, but you don't want to spend too much money. So there's kind of a balance there. But I would say start off with some money for an advertising budget, something that you're comfortable with. And then there's a little bit of money in setup. If you're brand new and you've never done any affiliate marketing, most people will suggest that you want to get a domain and hosting. And so that's relatively inexpensive. But it's good to have your own website. For me personally, I use InstaBuilder as my page builder, and that is a WordPress plugin. But once you get your domain and you add InstaBuilder, then you're able to make as many pages as you want. You can make squeeze pages, bridge pages, whatever you want to make out of from InstaBuilder.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned InstaBuilder because that's my choice as well. I find it to be very simple. It's a one-off payment of about $100, and then you can just run with it for pretty much as many sites as you want. It's really, really good. And it's also interesting you mention solo ads because a lot of people have got this kind of fear and sort of pre-opinion about solo ads. They just think it's a bad system. Personally, I find it to be the spectrum of quality to be very wide. So I just find you can get some really good ones. You can get if you know where you're going, you've got good contacts, excuse me, you can actually get some really good ones where people click, people purchase. You can get dross, but I think it's down to trial and error and having contacts in the industry, isn't it?
Yes, and when you find somebody that you like, you keep using them. You know, I'll experiment with new solo ad vendors from time to time, but I've got my favorites I keep going back to because I get good results from them.
Perfect. All right, so let's talk about the funnel then. I seem to have frozen here. Can you? Right, I'm back. So let's talk about the funnel, the front end, and any sort of OTOs. So what's the front end going to be selling for?
It's originally going to come out at $12.95, and that price will be frozen for the first 3 hours. Then after that, it'll be a dime sale where it goes up every so many sales. I believe it caps out at $15. Then the one-time offers. The first one is some done-for-you stuff, which everybody likes to save time. And so if you want to save a little time, you can get some done-for-you package. The second OTO is how to write great emails to your list. And so if somebody is new and that's their fear, is I have no idea what I would even send to my list. It's a course on how to write effective emails that make people want to buy whatever it is you're promoting. So that's a pretty good one-time offer. The third one is automatic approval to 10 programs. Sometimes when somebody is new, they apply to be an affiliate, and then they just wait and it never comes. And so this is 10 pre-approved where we've talked to the owners and they've agreed to approve anyone that says they're from Fusion. And then the fourth is resell rights. So that is our funnel.
Nice. It's almost like a kit bag for newbies,
yes.
You know, people that want to enter the industry. And I like that. It's a kind of an all-rounded toolbox.
Right.
Of everything that you need, guys. And, you know, for $12.95, or if you go for the OTOs, then it's going to be a bit extra. But you've seen Jeff's numbers. He's doing this part-time. And I know that a lot of you are going to be part-timers. You're going to be work from home mums and dads, and you know, all sort of walks of life, which we get on this show. So quite an interesting proposition there. So what would you say, Jeff, by way of sort of summing up, anything to wet the whistle, as they say, of the viewers, anything that you want to kind of round up with?
Well, two things I would say is that if I can do this, you can do this, because I didn't know what I was doing when I started, and I was able to learn and to put into practice. And so what we bring you in Fusion is the things that I learned and put into practice. And so if I can do this, you can do this. The second thing I would say is you need to take action. If you buy the program and you look at it and go, well, that's interesting, I'll get around to that someday, you're never going to make anything. And so buy it, obviously, and then put it into action and get results. That would be my advice.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Jeff, it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you for the first time, having a chat to you this evening, and all the best with the launch. And guys and girls, you've heard it here. There's not really much more for me to add. What I'm going to be doing is putting together some unique bonuses for you. I'm going to be putting some individualized training for this that's going to accelerate the results that you get with Fusion. So Fusion launches on Sunday. Dates and time, Jeff? I
believe it's Sunday, January 28th at 10 a.m. Eastern.
Wonderful. So guys, put it in the diary, Sunday, 10 a.m. Excuse me. And I look forward to seeing you on the inside. Jeff, thank you very much. Have a great day and speak soon. Everyone, bye-bye.
Thank you.